Hey everyone. For those of you who are new here, I'm Josh. In this video, I want to talk to you about something a bit crazy I recently did, which is quitting my job without a backup. This isn't the first time I've done this. I've actually done it 2 other times in my life, but the first time doesn't really count because I was living with my parents, so it didn't really matter all that much. I had that safety net. The second time was actually in the tail end of 2021, where I quit my prior job without a backup, but ended up getting the job that I just recently had that I now quit without a backup. And I've often done this for mental health reasons. The first time I quit a job without a backup was more for family because I found out I wouldn't be able to take Thanksgiving off, and it was a minimum wage job, so I didn't really care about it. So I figured, hey, if I can't be with my family, I don't care about this job, so bye, I'm out. I want to be with my family instead of making a measly $8 an hour on a holiday. So that was why I quit that one. The second one was because of mental health reasons, where I just felt like over time it was stressing me out, making me very anxious, and it wasn't rewarding me in the way that I wanted to. Like, it was measly pay. It was the kind of situation where it's a company that pays you the bare minimum and tries to overwork you along with it. So a lot of companies do that, and even actually my most recent job did that too. So yeah, I quit this most recent job for the same reasons, mental health. It got to a point where I really just was not happy there. I was stressed out and anxious. It was making me get more gray hairs in my beard when I'm only 30 years old, and I know I'm not getting those gray hairs from aging. I'm too young. I'm getting them because of stress. I haven't been able to fully relax for like the past year and a half or so, and that's definitely caught up with me. And this job was part of the reason why. But the main reason for mental health is because I've known for a while that my team has thought of me as being unmotivated, because I have been. I've been very honest with them about that. I haven't been feeling all that motivated to work there because it's not super rewarding. They don't give you pay increases or promotions, even though I asked for them many times. They always came up with BS excuses for why they couldn't do it. Basically, they wanted me to dedicate my entire life to the company and constantly be asking for more work. And I've kind of just developed the mentality that you should give the bare minimum to the job you work for, unless you're really passionate about it, because the company is going to try to squeeze you dry and pay you the least amount of money for it. So why should we give them our loyalty by giving them all our time and energy when they would replace us in no time flat? But again, this doesn't apply if you are actually passionate about your job. That is completely different. But I was not passionate about this job. I didn't really care. I was doing it just for a paycheck. And the team that I was a part of was really cool initially, but I did realize over time they started to be a bit cliquey. And I didn't fit in with this clique because I was not an overachiever. Because like I said, I'm not going to dedicate all of my time and energy to a company that will replace me incredibly quickly. I just didn't have that kind of loyalty for them. And due to that, I ended up on the outside of this clique, and I was kind of like the black sheep. If I had been truly honest with my coworkers, I probably would have been telling them all the time, like, why do you guys work so much? You have children, you have families. Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you on Teams at 11 p.m. on a weeknight? Why are you even sometimes on Teams on the weekend? Like, what are you doing? Find a job that's less stressful, that hopefully still pays a decent amount, because you have children who are really young. Like, some of my coworkers had 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds. What are they doing dedicating all their time and energy to work? Their kids aren't going to grow up and say, thank you for doing that. They're going to grow up and say, why weren't you there when I was growing up? What the hell? So that's the way I think. Like, I couldn't be honest at my job, because if I had been honest, I probably would have been fired for it, because I would have been trying to convince all my coworkers to change their lives and not dedicate so much time and energy to working all the time. That's just the way I am. I understand there will be people who don't agree with me in this mentality, but hey, to each their own. I just think that it's incredibly special that we exist in the first place, and I'm not going to spend my entire life working for other people, even though we need to make money to survive. That's just not for me. I want to start my own business. I want to do things on my own terms, because I just often do not like taking orders from other people, and I do not like the way that corporations take advantage of people and try to give them the least amount possible reward for their effort. That just does not sit right with me. So there are many reasons why I want to start my own business, but that's what I'm working towards. That's why it's been a struggle for me to work for other people the past few years, ever since I started making these videos, because these videos to me are like the light at the end of the tunnel. This is what I want to dedicate my life to, helping other people. So whenever I'm working for a corporation just to be able to survive, I don't feel fulfilled because I know it's not what I'm here to do. It's not my life purpose. This is. So it's rough. It makes me very unhappy working for other people if they don't provide the right environment to make me feel fulfilled while working for them. And usually that means, actually caring about you, showing you that you matter as an individual, and then rewarding you for your effort and not constantly telling you, oh, you'll get a promotion and a paycheck or pay raise eventually, but then never following through. Like, it's so interesting to me how all these corporations want loyalty from like the younger generations, but they haven't rewarded us for our own loyalty, and they haven't shown us why we should be loyal to them. It'd be like trying to be loyal to someone who's already cheated on you before and hasn't made any promises that they'll ever stop doing that. Why would we be loyal to someone like that? That's the way corporations are. They'll replace you in an instant, they'll pay you the bare minimum, and they'll try to squeeze you dry and extract as much time and energy and productivity out of you as possible, but then they never really reward you for it. So yeah, I don't have any loyalty to big corporations, but another large part of why I quit my job without a backup is I have a backup plan in eventually moving back to Colorado with my parents again, and which will allow me to then go all in on monetizing my content so I can actually turn this into my life's work and actually sustain myself off of it so I can do it way more often and feel like I'm actually living out my life's purpose, because this truly is what I believe my life purpose is, to help other people. Like, it's the only time in my entire life where I've ever been incredibly certain about something. I've never been this certain about anything else in my life, like literally anything else, really. I've never met a girl and immediately thought, oh, I can marry her. Never once had that experience. But in this case, I know that helping other people is what I exist for. I know this is why I'm here. And I can't really explain how I know that, but I do. And moving back in with my parents in Colorado will not only allow me to escape the chaos of LA, for as beautiful as this scenery behind me is, like, there's so much of LA that just isn't beautiful. So much that's just a bunch of inconsiderate people and dealing with all this frenetic energy and all this impatience that people have. And I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy being here. I don't like this fast pace of life. I don't like how people don't just slow down and be more calm and considerate towards others. In smaller towns, you tend to get a bit more of that. Of course, I'm not saying that it's widespread in smaller towns, but at least it is a slower pace of life for the most part, and people do tend to care a bit more about the other people around them simply because there's less people, so it's easier to care, because the people you encounter, you probably will end up seeing again, which makes it a lot easier to actually give a crap about them, whereas in big cities, you just don't get that. But also, one final thing, the thing that actually was a straw that broke the camel's back for me quitting was me receiving an email from somebody on my team. I won't divulge anything because I do realize some of my ex-coworkers follow me on here, but I mean, they kind of already know. I've talked to a few of them about it, but somebody on the team basically sent me an email that was just, it was kind of like, it showed that they believe I am not that smart, when intelligence has never been my issue. It has always been motivation. They basically conflated my lack of motivation with incompetence, when they're not at all the same thing, right? If I was actually motivated to do my job, I could perform it probably even better than this person who sent me that email. But I just didn't care. I didn't give a crap. I was not motivated about my work for all the reasons I already mentioned. So this person sent me like a 4-paragraph email about something as ridiculously easy as rescheduling meetings because, again, I said I didn't care. Like, I was not on top of this. They were basically making the point that, like, when meetings come up and they conflict with other meetings, like, I need to be on top of rescheduling the conflicts and whatnot. And I often am on top of it, but on the day of, maybe that's not quite on top, but you get what I mean. I do it, I handle it. I just kind of wait until the day of because that's when I'll notice it, because I wasn't looking ahead because I just didn't care. I was doing the bare minimum. And this person sent me an email with 4 paragraphs about rescheduling meetings, even giving me advice on how to reschedule them, when it's like, yo, I know how to do this. It's not rocket science. It's incredibly easy. I just don't care. I'm unmotivated. But my whole point is that email basically showed me how this person believes I'm an idiot and not just unmotivated. And it didn't sit right with me. It immediately made me incredibly frustrated, even a bit angry, because I'm like, what the heck? Like, this person seriously thinks I need advice on how to schedule meetings. They don't understand how it's just the fact that I don't care. Like, what? So it was a self-respect thing. I just had myself thinking, I do not want to work for someone like this. I don't want to work for someone who thinks I'm an idiot, when that has never been my issue. If anything, I could do their job if I actually had the motivation to do it. I used to want to be like a CEO or even an executive at a corporation, until I realized how freaking stupid that is, when you can just start your own business and do your own thing and not take orders from anyone. That's what I want to do now. So just the fact this person thought that I wasn't that smart, I will admit, it did bruise my ego a bit, because I'm just like, holy crap. And that's another reason I don't like working in corporations. The fact that people treat you differently based on your title and whatnot has always annoyed me, because I've never really risen to like a senior position, because I've never stayed at a company long enough to do that, nor do I care. I could easily do it if I actually was motivated, but I just don't want to. That's not what my goal is in life anymore. But people treat you based on your title. So I've had people who treat me like I'm a freaking fifth grader, when I could very well do their job better than them if I actually wanted to. So it's just frustrating and annoying, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I just don't want to work for someone who I don't even respect in that way. Like, if they don't respect me, I don't respect them. If they can't see me for who I am, I don't respect them. And I just didn't want to be in that situation anymore, because it was going to crush me. I couldn't bite my tongue for that long, because the real version of me wanted to tell that person, hey, like, can you just screw off? Like, what the hell? Like, just talk to me honestly to figure out where I'm at. Don't make all these assumptions. Don't think I'm an idiot. If you think I'm unmotivated, have a conversation with me like a normal adult. We can talk it out. I can let you know where I'm at, and then you won't think I'm a freaking idiot, and so you'll understand what's bothering me, why I feel the way that I do. But this person never did that, and they just instead wrote me off. And yeah, I just refuse to work for people like that. I cannot do it. I often tell my friends, like, I do not like taking orders from people who I wouldn't follow into battle. I know this is kind of a weird thing to say, but that's the way I think. If I wouldn't follow this person into battle, I do not want them telling me what to do, because I just don't respect them on that level. Like, if I wouldn't trust them with my life, I don't want them telling me what to do. I've kind of been that way my entire life, and it's another reason why I don't like working for other people, because so often I do not have that level of respect for someone, and it makes me just think, why am I taking orders from this person? Like, yeah. So there you go. It's a lot of stuff. You can tell I'm passionate about this, but I'm just really glad I have this weight off my chest now, where I don't have to continue working at a place that wasn't in alignment with me. I did have a lot of great coworkers there, don't get me wrong. It's just a few people who I didn't really enjoy or mesh with all that well, and that's okay. You'll always end up with that. But yeah, now the future is a bit uncertain for now, but at least it's something that I believe will make me a lot happier. And my goal is to work towards turning this into a business, turning it into something that can actually sustain my existence, so I can afford rent and bills and whatnot, and then go from there and hopefully help a lot of people before I end up turning into ashes and helping some plants grow and whatnot. But that's my life plan, so we'll see where things go from here. But thank you guys for being on this journey with me, especially those of you who've been with me for a long time. You guys know who you are. Some of you have been with me for literally years, and it's really cool to see that you're still around. Thank you guys so much. And I'm excited to explore this journey with you. These backgrounds behind me will start changing soon enough. Within the next few months, you'll see me in Colorado, and it'll be a beautiful place, and hopefully I'll be a lot happier and be able to make way more videos, because I won't have all this stress that's sapping my creative energy. But that's all I have for you guys. This video is getting way too long, so I will end it here. But I truly hope you enjoyed this one. I would say subscribe for more, but I doubt many people who aren't already long-term subscribers will have even made it this far, because they probably won't even care about my life situation. But hey, if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, hey, if you enjoy content like this, feel free to subscribe for more. It won't always be like this, because I'll usually have better news and whatnot, but it's cool that you made it this far into the video. And for those of you who've been here a while, feel free to throw a like on the video for the algorithm, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for being here, and arrivederci.